Welcome to Reese's Budget. I am Jessica. Welcome to my channel. We're going to do my July monthly budget. As you can see, I have my calendar all ready to go. I don't really have a lot going on this month, so I need to get new car insurance. I think I'm going to go with Liberty Mutual. I'm not sure. My bills are highlighted in pink. My paydays are in this teal color, and I'm going to pay off my fine and no spend month. Whoop whoop. All right. I do have a question for you guys though. How do you budget your sinking fund? Do you put that in your budget? Do you not put it in your budget? I'm thinking I'm not going to put that in my budget just because because sinking funds are there to pay stuff, you know what I mean? It's not part of my budget because that's why I save the money on the side. So we will see how that works out, but yeah. So, how I figure out my stuff is really simple. I'm sorry I had to do this beforehand. Just because, busy. And I make a lot of boo-boos. I was going to put my sinking funds there. That's why that's like that. So, my rollover is whatever's left in my wallet, which is $223. My normal income is $839 and $839. Sometimes I do make more than that. Sometimes I don't. No, I always make $839 no matter what. That's what I make. So I don't sometimes I'm a case manager and sometimes I do counseling. I just don't want to add that in because it varies, and that's just bonus money that I want to put towards savings. That includes my mileage check. I want to put that towards savings. So this is what we got going on. So with my rollover, my regular pay without my mileage check, I will have $1901. My rent is $140. I'm budgeting gas for electric for $50, gas for $30, water for $25. My sewer is $45, and my internet's usually always $45. My Netflix is $9. My HP is going to be, I think, about $30. My Verizon's $193, and my Amazon $16. My Verizon, so my rent's usually $215 for me. It's $430 for me and my boyfriend together on mortgage. But since he's on my Verizon plan, we minus what his is, which is $75. I take that from the rent, from my mortgage payment, which is $140. I don't know why I write rent. I'm just so used to that. So the final express totals is $583. So that's going to leave me with $1318. I usually budget for about $400 for food, $100 for my car, $100 for miscellaneous, $50 for house, $70 for self. I'm not going to buy anything for my hobby stuff, and my medicine is usually $16, but I always do $20 just in case. So that leaves me with $740. That equals out to $740. So now I have $578. Now when I get to the $578, hold on, Kakai. When I get to the $578, that's when I do my debt, because debt is very important. My debt this month is going to be $150. I have a medical bill, which I kind of expected. I think it's $167 altogether. I do have that. My student loan's always $40, and then I have one last payment of $20 for my fine, because I have money $300 and something for my debt that I made from what I've saved. It's $300 and something. So my fine will be paid off. I'm super excited about that, and that would leave me with, if I manage this $150, that leaves me with $428, and that means I'll have $142 for each for the whole month, which is $428, and I split it up, and that's $142 for each one. So that's pretty much how I do it. Kind of know my way of thinking is a little, but I'm really curious how they budget their sinking funds. Do you budget that into your budget? Or do you have that something else, and whatever that gets spent, you don't include that into your budget? I'm kind of curious how everybody does the sinking funds, what you've saved, Do you put it in your monthly budget or do you not? Kind of curious. All right, you guys, give me some answers about how you budget your sinking funds. Do you budget or not? And yeah, with that, have a great day, everybody. Bye.